So now we are at the third step of their journey basically. And after this, they will be building into Chingari, they will be building into Polkadot, and they will be kind of starting their dev journey. I mean, in a way.
Okay. Polkadot also has great ecosystem, and I even attended some of their substrate builder programs sessions. Like, it is great. But it's kind of like
Yeah.
they have a, like, what do we say? Like, their ecosystem is kind of a little bit bounded in themselves. Like, they're right now like entering to the gaming space and everything. But yeah, but it is kind of the like very well sustaining. Like how from many years it's like going on. Many L1 came and just stopped after before them.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, I agree with you. So basically, I think, and that's what gets me excited about what all happening in blockchain, and especially in fact, I always talk whenever I get an opportunity of, bringing the innovations which are happening, and especially Polkadot has been an innovation hub. The way they are solving this scaling problem, the way they are solving this interoperability problem, and the way the ZK is being explored in this world, I am particularly excited about it. And I personally feel that ZK has a solution to many problems that we all as a community have been facing for last several years.
Definitely, man. True.
Yeah.
Let it be credit scoring like these kind of things. Loads of things are there, man.
Loads of it. In fact, I was looking at one of the articles maybe a couple of days back where somebody has come up with this credit scoring system. And you know what? I, along with one of my senior executive in IBC Media, we had thought about this 2 years back. In fact, I have written a white paper on, credit scoring, how exactly it should happen in blockchain. And we used to call it MPOC, machine proof of credit. In fact, if you, so the point is that, there is significant scope of innovation in this space right now. And that's what I keep telling all of the, the cohorts here, that look, guys, we are waiting for somebody to come and innovate here. That's the point.
Yeah. And like global identities, like we are hearing about these things from a very long time, but still nobody has solved it. Everybody know that this is a problem. If anybody solves it, they can reach like, they'll be $1 billion company like in months. Okay.
100% I agree with you. Yeah. It's just a matter of picking the right problem, basically,
Yeah, agreed. So yeah, Praveen, so as in like our today's topic was like how to succeed as a Web3 developer kind of thing, how to succeed in Web3 journey. So I would prefer that, okay, we won't go with much of the presentation and stuff. We'll just talk around things. We have like, I've already invited Sanjit is there. He's kind of a DeFi degen kind of thing. He's also an engineer. He's working with Chingari. Okay. So his journey is great. Like he passed out in 2019. Then for like next 3 years, he didn't did anything. He was just sitting at home, earning a lot of money, just making DeFi kits and everything. Now he started into product side of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and I think, the age has become so less. There is a DeFi company, I'm missing the name, where the two kids, of age 18 and 20 or 17 and 19, they started this company where they aggregated all the DeFi. For example, they are basically a DeFi aggregator, and you say, for example, you have got $100 of money to invest in, and they will give you access to all the different applications. If you really want to go for Aave, you're going to compound, you want to go and contribute to an LP, whatever you can think of, right? And these guys, I mean, imagine age 17, 18, and they created a $1 billion empire.
Exactly.
That's the beauty, of this space. And nobody looks at your qualification. Nobody looks at your education. Do you really have something in yourself so that you can come and just start contributing?
Yeah, agree. Even like sometime back in Polygon Connect, I was there. Like, so
in Bangalore, you were there?
Yeah.
Oh, I was also there.
So like I got a little early, so Sandeep was like just roaming around like a normal guy. Okay, so we had to talk like, okay, he knew some of our Chingari's core team member Kamal and stuff. So like eventually afterwards, Kamal and Ankush told me the story that, okay, in 2017-16,
Yeah.
Sandeep and their co-founders just used to come into normal meetups. They were like, what, 5, 10
Yeah.
folks in a meetup, even in
Mm,
Bangalore.
mm,
Other
mm,
part of
mm.
the cities, like we can't even imagine that there were anything or like that. And what now? It's a
They have
multi-billion-dollar
become
company.
massive. I know. In fact,
Yeah.
I kind of I appreciate what Polygon does, and I appreciated what Sandeep talked about there. So
Yeah.
I think they
Okay.
have their journey has been phenomenal. And I think, see, I mean, not only one ecosystem, Mukul. My thought is that wherever I look at it in this space, people are doing amazing things.
Agreed.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what our young generation. In fact, I think all of you, including I, also consider you in the young generation, and
Yeah.
you guys should take the mantle forward. I guess I have worked a majority of my life in Web2 space, and I am into Web3 for last 4 or 5 years. But then I really see the progression that this tech has taken in last 25 years. Because I started
Okay.
as a mainframe developer, 1996,
Okay. That's it.
and in those days, mainframe used to be one of the hottest. I don't know whether you were born that time, but then the mainframe used to be, one of the hottest thing in the and in fact, if you look at India in those days, there were just one or two companies who had mainframes, and uh, it was so scarce. And I remember I started with Tata Group, and they had given fantastic training on mainframe for 1 year, and people who used to work in mainframe, they were like prized position kind of thing. But from there, coming to the PC era, coming to the mobile era, coming to the cloud era, I have witnessed those transitions, Mukul, and I see that what we are going through right now, what we are witnessing right now, is
Mm.
completely path breaking. It's completely game changer. Nothing really
It's
has happened of this sort in last 30 years, in my opinion.
ag- like agreed, man. And true. I was born in my DOB is like 98. I wasn't there at that time.
Okay. Yeah, I
So,
guessed it right, basically. So
so
you
yeah.
guys have to take it forward. I think
Uh,
that's what is the
hmm,
beauty of the of this civilization, how it progresses, right?
exactly. Uh,
Yeah.
so like what if we talk about that? So like XNFT, the backpack team, I think what came like around 5, 6 months back. So
Mm-hmm,
before
mm-hmm,
that, like everybody was saying that okay, wallets are kind of they have reached their peak. There is nothing more to add into the wallet.
mm-hmm.
There were loads of wallets for all of the chains. Then the Armani guys and Trista, like they all came up with okay, we can make a
Absolutely.
mini Play Store kind of thing, and we'll tell them executable NFTs. And like see, like Mad Lads and everything, they're like reach, they're touching the sky, man. Like something really great.
Yeah, and
So
applications are so many. In fact, if you really see, applications are so many, and I see my excitement comes from the fact that the way I see the real world use cases coming into, and especially in fact, I was attending one of the meetups, and then uh, not meetups, I was attending one of the panels I was invited in, and that lady asked me about what are the three things that you are excited about blockchain. So one of the things
okay,
that I talked about there is basically tokenization.
yeah,
And I personally believe that tokenization is the gateway to all the innovations that this space is going to be witnessing in next few years. And of course, interoperability, scaling, these are the requirements of this space to survive. But what
exactly.
will make it big, what will make it go to the mass is basically tokenization and the right implementation of tokenization.
Yeah, tokenization is the product. All the scalability and these are the infra support needed by the product.
Mhm, mhm,
So yeah,
mhm.
these are the extra things.
Absolutely.
So, hmm. So okay.
Wonderful.
So
So, Deepak Singh, I think we will look for your green signal to start while Mukul and I will chit chat, and our students will definitely be getting benefited. Mukul being here, I am really excited. And, I'll just, Mukul, if you allow me, I'll just take a couple of seconds to talk about you before we start.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like you guys see here, Mukul is, I consider him as one of the younger generation, Gen Zs, and he has been in this space since 2019. I do understand and appreciate his learning skills. He's a self-taught scholar, and he started his journey in Ethereum ecosystem. And as all of you know, Ethereum ecosystem is the foundation upon which the whole blockchain premise programmability is standing. And that's where after Ethereum, when Ethereum had problems, then others came. Solana came, Avalanche came, Polkadot came. All these people came as solving the problem that Ethereum created. But then Ethereum itself was a revolution, in my opinion, coming from Bitcoin. And now, Mukul is TPM in Chingari, and he is playing a very important role, in building the partnerships, development requirements, I think, for GWS. And another important thing that Mukul is also responsible for is building the Gary Academy. I'm sure he will touch upon that while he talks today as the product owner. And I'm very excited about the journey that Mukul has seen, and I think all of you and should definitely be inspired by Mukul's journey. You should be taking lessons from how Mukul has learned things, and I get personal inspiration, because I think learning is something which you can, you should not look at your experience level. I think I am very passionate person, and I personally get inspired by Mukul and his journey so far. So Mukul, I definitely appreciate you being here on behalf of IBC Media. I want to thank you for taking your time out and speaking to our to our students and giving them an inspiration so that they could also become like you.
Thanks, man. Thanks, Praveen, for this warm welcome. And like for all of you guys, like just consider me kind of like 2-3 years, you'll be at the same place. If you're working alone, you're just learning, just hustle it, man. Like even when I started, like there were in 2019 or something, there were no wallet solutions. Even what you can say that, okay, I was also a hostel kid, didn't had any money. I even lost some of my liquid. I think $100-$200 was a big amount for me that at that
Mhm.
phase of time. And I even lost many of those, like just buying Ethereum from some sketchy Telegram forums and stuff. Because like at that time, that was the case scenario in like in the ecosystem. But now, like if as in Praveen was also mentioning, there are loads of platforms just aggregating all of the stuff. If you want to go into the DeFi side, you want to go just pick any chain, just pick any languages you want to work in, and just start your career. As in, so our today's session structure would be kind of like, I'll just tell you about myself. We have Sanjit here. Sanjit will join. He'll talk about his journeys. Praveen is here. Vishal is here. We'll just talk. Yeah, I'll just give you a brief about some different sectors. Like Sanjit is from product. Groot is from is our growth manager. Vishal just started as an intern. So how do even I think like before this internship, he got some grants of like 5K, 7K from ETH India kind of thing, just
Mhm.
exploring around, making some projects. I think he made like a Tinder clone on Stadium. So
Oh,
that was
okay.
that was a fun product, but you guys can just explore anything out. So I'll just tell you how did I started. So I was having some particular, like some of my personal projects not related to Web3 industry, but just cause of the hypes, the news we see that okay, millions of dollar made by made by individuals. I even saw that post that okay, somebody bought like what 2 pizzas for 15 for 30 Bitcoin or something like that. So and like and eventually I came into Pune and something, so I got to meet some of the community members. So similarly, as in you guys have joined the IBC media, you guys are freshers, you guys don't know anything, but you guys have got the mentors, you guys have got the connections needed for that. And there are loads of solutions for it also. You can just start your journey with having some like being a part of any DAO in DAO. There are loads of things. Even for Solana, I think Super Team, I'm also a member of it. So there are loads of like and DAOs available. In Super Team, they have like a North Star metric of how much students have earned from their portals. Like and earning in the sense like don't consider earning as your first priority. Like it's something which comes while you are working hard. It's a definite case scenario that okay, if you are you guys have the first movers advantage. If you'll just start going through the journey, you might be the next millionaires, billionaires of India, man. Just keep on working hard and just pick anything. So like as in I picked Ethereum in the starting. I minted some of the NFTs. I worked as a freelancer for 1.5 years, something like that. I minted two tokens for like as a freelance kind of thing. And I think both of the tokens are not surviving yet now. Chicken. That is like
That's quite possible. That in those days it used to happen, right? So
it used to happen, man.
yeah,
And those are not the meme tokens, man. They had a
yeah,
good white paper, they had a good team, but eventually
yeah. I
they
know, I
found.
know what you are saying, basically. You know.
Yeah, agree. So like once you step into the ecosystem, you have loads of chances to switch ahead. Like for example, ETH and Solidity is kind of the best way to start. And then eventually Rust-based languages are the key that you guys get the customizabilities. Even for Polkadot ecosystem, if you see that you have the rights to decide the gas fees you are making, if you are making a parachain parathread out of it, you can directly use Kusama. It's Kusama parathread. Anyone can easily get. So you don't have to go for the bidding war of 6 months for a parathread. That's the easiest thing. You have the customizability. Like you can decide like what are your priority. For example, users need to go for more storage system. You just want to go for the immutability of the storage system. You just reduce the gas fees. You just reduce the security and stuff, and you can go ahead. And these kind of things are possible only with Rust. So Rust and also Move-based languages, which are right now coming at, I haven't explored those things that much, but yeah, Rust have those kind of things. There are loads of vulnerabilities which are like kind of nullified from after Rust has appeared. There are no reentrancy attack, I guess, in Solana. Like nobody can do it like that. These are the things. Rust is kind of little bit hard for a beginner, but like if anybody of you, mostly you are coming from like CS background, so if you know any languages, it's easy enough. Like you just have to replicate it. I personally believe for the coding journey, you just have in the starting you have to be like king of a king of a card, like just ace anything, just ace any card, be a ace of a card, and then eventually go for being the jack of all. That's the best pathway you guys can select on. So we'll be talking more about my journey and Gari Academy and stuff, and how you can get resources. But I like to hop on like some of our folks from our team, and they'll also share like how they started into the ecosystem, how their journey have been, and what are the hurdles they have faced in the and and if any of you guys from the crowd like has any questions from anyone, just raise your hands. We are open to answer it. Or if you guys feel like okay, you also want to add anything, you're always welcome. So we have Sanjit with us. So Sanjit, as I talked about, so Sanjit is kind of a DeFi degen. Right now, he's into product side of things. So best part I like about him, like he passed out in 2019, but for 3 years he was just sitting at home doing nothing, like as according to their parents or their community. But he was earning a lot. He was learning a lot. He was a proper trader. Now like he's leading a multi-chain wallet project. So this can only come by experiences. He has almost experienced all of the protocol, use everything. He was the guy who even got the uni drops, like these kind of things. So Sanjit, go ahead. Like,
Hey, Sanjit.
what do you?
Sanjit, welcome to the show. And my name is Praveen Thakur, and
Hi,
we
Praveen.
welcome you here. Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, thanks, Ron. Thanks to welcome. So everybody, so my journey was more like I was thinking like in the final year of college or something, and that's when I feel I did read about Bitcoin in 2013, 2014. I was in school or something, and it was around $800. I'm like, damn, $800. I didn't buy anything. And then like some 3, 4 years later, in 2017, like I found Ethereum, and I was like it was more fascinating to me at the point. I mean, Bitcoin was cool. The terms like okay, fine, you have decentralized currency and all, but then Ethereum brought about smart contracts, which I felt was more revolutionary. But Bitcoin is still like the base from which Ethereum came, so you have to respect that as well. But Ethereum unlocks like the potential which Ethereum unlocks is just like it's very high. Like the amount of things you can potentially build on Ethereum and the trusted unlocks.
Mhm.
So I straight away drove more into the Ethereum side of things. And so basically DeFi wasn't a term back then. Like there was no such thing as DeFi. Like Aave didn't exist, Uniswap didn't exist. There were none of these protocols. And so basically, yeah, so and after being on Ethereum for a while, like I was just exploring a bunch of protocols and DeFi in the sense like I was looking at DeFi before it was called DeFi. So I was like, okay, there's a decentralized world. Okay, we started with Bitcoin, which is a currency, and now we're kind of bringing programmability to this world through smart contracts on Ethereum. Like this is like sort of like a parallel future that we are building. In this parallel future, like what would be next? Like, like then I realized, okay, we would definitely need like some sort of financial system, which is not just simple money transfers, but also like, like banking, lending, and stuff like that. So I felt like, okay, a decentralized world needs more decentralized systems. So basically I was a trader and investor. So that's the way I thought. So I was investing in, say, Aave in 2019, but it was not even called Aave back then. So it was just a vision on how do you think this decentralized future could shape up. And that is something you always have to look ahead. It's not about where it is now, but also where it can go. And like I think nowadays when you and see go to like a say Aave or any multi-chain dApp, for example, like you can simply connect from any chain and you can just click switch network and it'll automatically do everything for you. Like back when none of this existed, you had to manually add every chain, and there was a lot of like user experience was not that great. So basically since my use was mostly trading, like I involved a lot of analysis. So naturally, I didn't go towards like the coding side of things. So I was more into like learning the SQL and writing queries on Dune. So that way, like I can get some better insights on the protocols I'm probably like trying to like invest in or whatever. And that gave me some of like more like on the analytical side of things. And but having say used like all these protocols over like say like 3 4 5 years 4 5 years, like I've watched the user experience evolve from very bad to like moderately good. And uh, and after like 4 5 years I was like, okay, like this is cool tech, but there's still like a lot of work to be done. And the problem is still onboarding, like bridging the gap between like this parallel world we're building and the current system. And I feel there's a lot of friction in that. And uh, and that I felt is like an interesting problem to work on. Like how do you get all these people here, how do you make them comfortable with all this new tech? So that's when I'm kind of like decided to go into product. And because I knew overall issues I faced and where all things can be improved. And so that's what I'm currently doing. I'm currently working on building a multi-chain wallet, which uh, eases your experience across chains. Like you wouldn't have to like like download a separate wallet for Solana, separate wallet for Aptos or ETH or whatever. You can just have one wallet, one seed phrase, and you can access all chains in one place. Because a lot of times the problem is when you have like new chains coming up, is one is people are lazy, so they don't usually they have to download a new chain and do all that, so they don't even explore the newer chains because it takes a lot of effort. But like that, even I'm guilty of that. Like I didn't explore a lot of new chains because I had to like do the whole process from scratch, get a new wallet, and having to manage multiple seed phrases. So that is the problem statement I'm currently working on.
So Sanchit,
And
so very well articulated, and I could not have agreed more when you said that as a user, what you experience, all those experiences are helping you make a better product. I think that is something which is a very, very powerful statement in my opinion. And in fact, I have also, experienced what you are saying, and especially when you are talking about multi chain world, right? That we talk about. Though there are some efforts of consolidation by some of the protocols such as Polkadot, Cosmos IBC, and few others, but even Polygon is, I would say, maybe moving in that direction to some extent. But then my point is that when will this happen? It is very difficult to say. And until then, we definitely have to make the experience smooth for onboarding people. Otherwise, the democratization, the mass adoption that we talk about, that will be a distant dream, in my opinion.
yes, that is definitely true. Like
Yeah.
it's
So, what
still
kind of wallet are you guys making? Are you guys making a smart contract wallet, or it's a plain one?
So no, for the initial phase, we want to it won't have like account abstraction or like a smart contract wallet. It'll be like a traditionally like MetaMask, like
Yeah.
externally owned address wallet.
Okay.
But thing is like currently, but it'll be in a way that, for example, let's say you have MetaMask, but MetaMask, you can add only EVM chains, right?
Mhm.
It will be something like you select the network dropdown from MetaMask, but you will also have non-EVM chains which you can switch to.
Yeah, that's in fact, I was having a chat with Polkadot, I think last week, and this problem I brought up basically that you can't really access your dot tokens, for example, in from MetaMask,
Yeah.
and that's a big limitation, because I think if I want to have dots, then I cannot go. I will have to go and use their JS libraries and then create their wallet, right?
Yes.
Now that becomes a too, I would say, limiting factor. So now coming up with something like this, where user and I understand the technical complexity that is coming into by doing this, because for the clarity of everybody here, just to maybe just talk on the same point, maybe a few more seconds, that whenever you are interacting with a chain, what you need basically is your private key. And that private key and public key combination, basically, that really gives you an identity in a particular chain, right? Now, if all EVMs where they use a particular encryption standard, might be for Bitcoin it is maybe SHA-256, for others it may be KCAC 256 or whatever it may be, right? At the end of the day, the moment these standards change, your identity becomes invalid. Identity doesn't mean anything for the other chain. Now, that's where this complexity that Sanchit is talking about is really a complex thing that they're trying to handle at this point in time. Sanchit, please correct me if I am not up to the
No,
point.
no, you are perfectly right.
Yeah.
Even
Like,
there is
yeah.
a
Mhm.
yeah. Go on,
Yeah.
go ahead, Sanjit.
Go ahead, Sanchit.
Yeah, go on, Mukul, go on.
Even there is a problem, like for example, some of the chains are using SHA-256 or any particular same standards, and from some seed phases, it's the wallet is created on a particular chain, but not on the other chain, and somebody is going for a multi-chain wallet, and at that pace of time, we have to create the wallet for all of the chains accepted by that particular wallet from the same seed phrase. So this is something like on the SHA-256.
That's even if you have SHA-256 standard, still you have a problem there.
Still we have the problem. Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah. Then we have to go for the like brute force method, that okay, we have to check that okay, if this particular seed phrase is like available on all of the chains accepted by the wallet. But as we add more and more chain, the complex like the changes are possible. Like there can be some like what there can be some edge case scenarios where like we can't create wallets from the same seed phrase from on all of the chains. That's something.
Understood. Okay.
So actually, to make it okay, to make it more simpler for the audience to understand, what I'm trying to say is, like, let's say for example, you're living in Delhi and you have a bank account with which you can only spend in Delhi. Okay. And let's say you step out of Delhi and let's say you go to Mumbai. Now the problem is you cannot use the bank account which you had in Delhi to pay for things in Mumbai, and you have to create a new bank account again in Mumbai. You get it? Like, but so that's a hassle, right? You can't, so you can consider every chain to be like a geography you're exploring, say like a state or nation. And for each of these places, let's say you want to create a separate wallet, it's a lot of hassle. Imagine like you're traveling through India and you're creating 20 bank accounts just to explore each state. But instead, like, let's say you had like one bank account which you can use to pay all throughout India, that is much simpler.
Yeah, the analogy is really great. That's good. Okay. And Sanjit, what do you feel like? Is there like there is a statement like commonly said in the ecosystem that okay, there are not much need for newer relevance to come in. Like there is a need for making new products, explore new industries, but we have sufficient amount of relevance. We just have to build more scalability solutions on it. So what do you feel for that?
So personally, I'm more biased towards EVM and EVM and L2s. But at the end of the day, I feel like a few L1s out, non-EVM L1s are fine. Maybe like 2, 3 at most.
Okay.
At the end of the day, it depends on what your application needs. Like some applications need more security, so you probably need to inherit that from Ethereum versus secure chain. But if not, you can probably go with like an L1 which is not maybe as secure, depending on your application. But yeah, I don't believe we need like 1,000 L1 chains out there, at the end of the day, like, because I do believe like there are alternate layer ones which do have like valid propositions which are needed, but yeah, that's what like maybe maximum 5 L1s outside of EVM, because even like user bases aren't scaling as much, like like but I feel like by the time users scale, like roll-ups on Ethereum would also scale, or layer 2s, layer 3s, and they should be able to handle.
I think I kind of agree with Sanchit and Mukul. My thought is that if you remember the year 2000, when we really got into the, I would say the website explosion time, right? Where from after that you came up with, Amazon, Facebook, and all these few major ones. But if you look at that time, there were thousands of .com companies which came into existence. Now, while I agree with Sanchit that you really see and in fact, exactly on the same topic, I was discussing with one of my team members a couple of days back, and I told her the same thing, that look, nowadays everybody just wants to come up with a layer one. Now the question is that, do you really need a layer one? The point is that, right now, in some cases it may be justified, and Sanchit, I mean, your opinion, I'll welcome. In some cases it is justified where you are creating an L1 which caters to, or where the technical foundation is meant for certain type of business functionalities, which really needs transaction speed, or which may be too focused on security, or which may be something very specific, right? Where the validation process is something like that, where the number of validators is kind of very very custom requirement. So in those cases I can understand, but for the sake of coming up with a new L1, just for the sake of, I think this is not desired behavior. But can you stop it? You cannot stop it also. The best will survive. And I think like I always appreciate Polkadot, where in fact if you look at their solution, they have kind of come up with something where you can just create an L1 in 10 minutes or 1 hour, right? Now, how should this industry come to a point where this industry starts thinking like the way we had the World Wide Web Consortium, the way we have the security consortiums, right? Can this space come together and start thinking, giving a direction to the whole ecosystem? In my opinion, interoperability is very important thing. You go and look at the different metaverses today, all of them, and look at their the way these NFTs have been created, the way these files have been created. All these are not usable, right? Can we look at the interoperability from the technical standpoint? Can we look at the interoperability at the functional standpoint? And then you will start seeing the growth and adoption, in my opinion. Sanchit and Mukul.
Yes,
Agreed.
that is.
So it's kind of like we have to accept the fact that, okay, maybe for at least for now, we can't solve the dilemma. So from Polkadot or something, like according to our needs, we just select the best two. Like at max, we can solve the two of the issues. Like, so according to our needs, we just select and we just compromise on some things. Yeah.
Absolutely. And guys who are participating in the cohort, please feel free to ask questions. I think we have Mukul, we have Sanchit, and I think we also have
Praveen and Vishal. Yeah.
Praveen and Vishal. So we have got we have got a bunch of experts here. So please don't shy away from asking questions. You will get answers to all of your questions. So please feel free to put in the chat, and Deepak, please have somebody monitor the chat so that these questions could be put to our guests.
Yeah, absolutely. So like as in now we have explored a different product, even as a product guy, you might have like from the last 10 minutes, you might have seen that, okay, there are loads of technical, like if you are you start with a development background or you go deep into the protocols and everything, you will get the understanding of how everything works. So as in now we have explored the Sanjit side. So on a proper different side of things, we have Praveen. So he was a CA before. He has completed his CA. Now he's a growth manager.
Wow.
So he's he's a growth manager at Chingari, and he's kind of NFT DJ. Okay. So let's hear from Praveen. what's his
Yeah.
voice.
Hi, Praveen.
Hi,
Yeah.
Praveen. Yeah,
GM.
it's good.
GM.
Good to say hi to the same name.
Yeah. Even in our office, we have 3 or 4 people who are having the same name.
Wow.
It's a
Okay.
common name everywhere.
Praveen is a very common name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Our parents did not think like that. So, yeah, go ahead, Praveen. Yeah, it's very exciting to have you. And I think coming from the accounting background, and I would like to see your perspective, what exactly you think about blockchain and crypto.
Yeah. Before coming into the blockchain, I would like to give more info on how I came to this space. So it was in 2016, at the end of 2016, I was having some holidays. Then I was exploring about the technologies which are coming. Then I came to know about the Bitcoin. Then I was trying to buy a Bitcoin or be part of it, try to interact with it, but I was unable to do like how nowadays the people are doing. Like the resources are very scarce that time. You don't have access. Like there are no exchanges, there are no knowledge base, nothing is available in those days. And then that is when I have started some trading, exploring the space. But again, because of my personal, like from my parents purview, I was unable to focus on this space, and completed my education on CA, and then moved to again this space. But that's when I was in NFT space, interacting with different communities. I became part of Chingari, where as a community manager, and then took a role as community growth manager. So it's kind of quite a journey, hopping between finance and then community, both of them, here and there, here and there.
Yeah, no, I understand. So coming from IFRS and US GAAP standards to directly to crypto, I
Yeah.
think it's completely, 180-degree journey.
Yeah.
But I
And
think
also,
yeah, Praveen,
yeah, yeah.
one thing before you say, so I think what I do appreciate that for this blockchain space to thrive and become a balanced ecosystem, we need talents like Praveen to come into this space because they bring those skills to the space, and they allow us to think what we have been doing in the conventional finance for decades now, for years, for centuries now, basically, the same
Yeah.
has to start here. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So I have seen like bank audits. I've done some bank audits at a central statutory level, seen their how they are operating, and I got fed up. Like even though I got an opportunity in one of the banks, because I know the inside out of what is happening in those banking system. So then I was focusing on blockchain and Web3. That is when I thought of taking up a job, but that too I was hesitating whether to leave a Web2 opportunity or coming up with new, which is you never know where your journey is going to lead. Your journey may end up very soon in this, and so that's how I got into this role. But to be frank, in Web3, you need not to be a developer. You can be a product manager. You can be having knowledge, experience on how protocols run, because there is scarcity of knowledge sharing in here. So, like, there are multiple opportunities one can take up and be part of this Web3 system. But if you go to any Web3 world, Web2 world, you need basic qualifications, like you need to do MBA if you want to take marketing job. But here, if you take me myself, I am not from marketing background or MBA background, but I was able to manage communities, like we have Telegram, Discord, and then social media. Uh, I think you will not be able to find such a kind of role in other companies. It is just because Web3 I was able to be placed in here.
Mhm.
So I think the students over here, like you can take up any job where you are having knowledge, experience, you have skills, and you don't need to be actually searching for a job. You can do freelancing. You can be an advisor. You can be anything, whatever you think will be fit for this.
Yeah, and I think that is
Agreed.
another, that is another thing that, Praveen has said.
Yeah.
Just maybe follow-up comment on that, Mukul, is absolutely. And I think that's what is the beauty of this space, where you need people from all the skills here, right? Like people who are coming from the accounting background, people who are coming from, the trading background, people who are coming from marketing background, people who are coming from economics background, people who are coming from community background. So I think there are several skill sets. Though you are studying engineering, nobody can force you that you do this only, right? I think you really have an option here, and I think please explore what you really want. Yeah.
Agreed, Praveen. Like, yeah. Even like if you guys see me that, okay, I'm basically I'm an electronic engineer. Okay, so I just had some good proof of work. I had some grants, like even for proof of work, I just showed the transactions that, okay, this transaction was coming from this particular company's main wallet. This means that's my proof of work. Or I got some pop NFTs or something like that. So that was my proof of work, and I got the chance, like got the interviews cleared and everything. Because like I wanted to explore how the industry is working from like from a big company kind of point of view. Even at that pace of time, Chingari was just launching, and like they had great amount of user base and stuff all. So it doesn't matter like where do you belong. So, the purpose of like bringing Sanjit, Praveen on this board was just to like teach you guys that, okay, you can just start the journey and then just explore all parts of it, and then decide where you want to hop in. Like I usually take interviews from for Chingari like for junior devs and marketing and growth kind of roles also. So once there was a weird interview schedule, I've just gone through the resume, but I didn't check that, okay. I just shocked that, okay, he has some degrees and some proof of work. I got, okay, just schedule the first round of interview. But when I just got into the interview, then I realized that, okay, this is like what, a very small guy. Then I just asked a very young guy. So just ask him, what's your age, man? So he was 14 and he was giving interview for a dev intern at Chingari. And he was 14 years old, man. What were we guys doing at 14 years?
Absolutely. And I think, Mukul, I mean, I had a similar experience, and I have talked about it in my another previous conversations as well. So I was invited to a panel, and I was talking to, we were 3 people in the panel, and one person really impressed me a lot out of the whole panel list. And his knowledge of blockchain was, absolutely awesome. So after that call, he pinged me and he said that, Praveen sir, can I talk to you for some time? I said, of course. And then I asked him casually that, okay, so what is your background? What have you done so far? He said, no, sir, I am in my 11th grade right now. I said, it was shocking to me. I said, come on, we used to hear that Sachin Tendulkar has brought the age of the talent lower, but I think we are having people lowering it further, right?
Yeah, Web3 has lowered it further, man.
Yeah. And I think you can't imagine, Mukul, you can't imagine the depth of the finance, the depth and technology he had. Absolutely fantastic. Fantastic.
Exactly. These guys are surviving. These guys are like that 11th class guy was in a panel with you. Like you are a management, you are a graduate from inside, man. So that's a great thing. Like he's standing in like
Yeah, and
otherwise
I
in
found
Web3 ecosystem.
I found him better than me, believe me. I respected
Okay.
him.
So that's the beauty, man.
Yeah.
So next I'll call like Vishal for his quick intro in his journey. So he's almost just completing his internship with Chingari, a 6-month internship. He's a second year BCA guy. So he also started like properly into decent stuff. So he participated in hackathons, won some bounties and stuff, explored. He's also part of super team, just exploring things around. So Vishal, what is your journey like, and what are the hurdles you have faced at that particular piece of time, and what are your suggestions to all of other guys in a quick, if you can
Yeah,
give a brief?
yeah, thank you, Mukul. So basically, I was starting means my Web3 journey by Solana Hackerhouse. I was in learning phase and going through all the blockchain stuff, and like exploring Ethereum basically. So I got approved for the Solana hackathons, and from that time, while connecting with some people and some other exploring what are the other stuff in Web3, I got to know like Solana is also a chain and everything it's like Polkadot and other things. So to build on something, I started exploring about hackathons. Means I knew there are some kind of hackathons in Web2, but in Web3 there were like lots of people were winning a big amount in bounties. Like some of my friends were winning $2,000, $3,000. So I was really curious about that. So I started learning about. So I was in front end. So I started learning about my Ethereum, writing smart contract in Ethereum, and after Solana hackathons,
I think there is some connection issue.
Yeah, your voice got cut off. No worries. So like Vishal also came from front-end background. He just knew like React and Web3.js when he joined our company. Now he's like writing smart contracts on Rust. Like what? It has been around 4-5 months or so, and kind of he's like making prod codes, man. Like so that's a big thing. Now he's also trying to shift to move side of things, learn Aptos, just whatever he has done, just replicate it on other chains.
Yes, absolutely. And guys, I think whoever is listening here, all of you, I have told this thing again and again that don't consider this journey easy, but then this journey is rewarding. I mean, if you can sustain for 6 months, believe me, I mean, the whole life gets changed here. That is for sure. And of course, it will need hard work. And I always say that if something is coming so easy to you, be 100% sure that that thing is not valuable. So, for something to be valuable, you have to put in effort, hard effort.
Really hard efforts, man. Agreed. Like even now, like I've been into the ecosystem, but still like I work like what, maybe 13, 14 hours a day at least kind of thing. We don't have any weekends, but we don't need it. Like majority of the time, on weekends we go for meetups. We talk with newer folks all of the times. Like by this meetup, I got to meet Praveen. I got to meet some of IBC folks. It's great. We just see their journeys. We just talk about them, and we learn from these guys. These are kind of our mentors, man. So now if you guys have any questions from Praveen, Vishal, or me, we guys can hop on. And after that, I'll just give you a brief about how Chingari Academy is and what are the things we can do, like, and what are the upcoming things. There are loads of courses. You can just join the wait list. We are also going to have some online and offline boot camps also. So I'll just give a short brief about those things. But if you have any questions, we are open for it.
Yeah, please, guys, go for the questions. If you have, please put in the chat box, and we'll have them answered.
Share my screen.
Yep. So while people can come with question anytime. Maybe we can start.
Sorry, just a second. See, like this is kind of these are the tabs you might have. If you want to go deep into it, these will like you guys will be having like loads of extensions, loads of like the details, the information available in the ecosystem can be overwhelming at some pace of time. There are not much things like if you are looking for something which is like a curated courses and kind of thing, you might not get it at this space of time in the ecosystem. That's why there is still the first mover advantage still going on. And what we are doing with Gari Academy is the same. Like we are just we are just gonna bring all of the things inside at one place, and you guys can just join it, explore the ecosystem. So what we are offering like these 6 courses in this for our first launch, like Blockchain 101, just for anyone who is just starting the ecosystem. We'll be teaching a little bit about all of the chains. Then you can decide which chain you want to hop in. Like for example, Aptos claims to be the fastest approval rate of any transaction. Like Solana is kind of the cheapest. Solana has the best scalability, like what 89 70 80k TPS per TPS Solana has. Ethereum is always the best. Like you should know about Ethereum if you're in the ecosystem. There are also Web3.js part. If somebody doesn't want to go into the backend side of things, you can make your career into just by learning React.js. If you know a little bit of React.js and you know how to integrate some of the libraries, ETH libraries, Solana libraries, even Polkadot libraries, you're just good to go. You'll be the scarce resource in the whole ecosystem. And there are also like on-chain analytics things. So Dune offers some of the best things. There is Top Ledger. Loads of things are there who just provide some on-chain analytic tools and how you can make it. So yeah, you can get here.
Screen.
Just a sec.
Screen.
Not visible. Okay. Oh fuck. Okay. Is my screen visible, Praveen?
No,
Yeah.
we are seeing.
Acha, okay.
Yeah,
Now,
it's
now,
visible.
now it
Okay.
is visible now.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, man.
Yeah.
So, okay, these are the courses, on-chain courses, Web3 course, ETH, Solana, Aptos, and the starting course for everyone. Then we'll be having learn and earn kind of thing for like whatever protocols, new protocols you are going. Like you can tell it like kind of airdrop catchers. You can just start using the protocols, just learn about those things, and you can earn in their native tokens and get some grants, rewards out of it. We have curated loads of blogs, articles, and stuff. We curated white papers for all of things. We'll be having one-on-one sessions, offline boot camps. We'll be also going ahead with corporate trainings, jobs, careers. We have like a listing of DAOs grants, DAOs network and grants. So I'll just give you a quick sneak peek onto like what are the things we have already prepared, which will be coming soon in like 2-3 weeks or something in our main portal, academy.gari.network. You can join the waitlist for all of the courses here. You can also you can also be our student ambassadors if you have like if you are in colleges, just be the ambassadors, man. Like start clubs around you. It's Web3 is all about collaboration and how you can support each other and do something and make something valuable out of it. We have loads of instructors who will be teaching you things. So if we'll see, we like anything you can think of, or like you can say that it is kind of a dictionary for all blockchain ecosystem. We'll be having loads of blogs articles depending upon your things, depending upon your level of knowledge into the ecosystem. We'll be having audio versions of these things. You just listen to these things, or if you're not a reader kind of thing, it's fine. Like you're a developer, so you don't have to be that much of a reader, because like technical documentation doesn't consider it comes into that category. So we have loads of courses from scratch. Like if you can see that, okay, these will be the index, like these are the index of our courses. You just start ahead with these things. So for Solana, we'll just give you the basics of Rust. We'll just give you the basics of Solana, and then we'll focus on Solana anchor programs. Eventually, we'll be adding more C or like the like structures on Seahorse if you are a Python developer, or many other protocols are coming up here. Like if you don't want to learn Rust, but you know a different language, a different backend language, low level language, you're open. You can do it. We'll be helping you out in making courses. Like we'll be providing the support for you guys to get a grant for the projects you have made in our system. And if you complete our courses, you get the certifications that you're done, whatever the tasks we have offered you, we'll be guaranteeing you the internships from our partner protocols. So that's a good thing. Like, and our internships, even like Vishal can even mention that, okay, our internships are kind of like open-ended. You can also go for a part-time internship, like a fellowship kind of program. Just be with our team. We have around like if we also include Web2 devs, we have around 150 plus developers sitting in Bangalore offices. Even right now, I'm in my office only. So you guys can just directly connect with us, talk with us. Like be part of the products we are building and our partner protocols are doing. So kind of this. We'll also have a move Aptos course, Web3 JS courses. And what's best here is okay. So what I was talking about, like there are loads of DAOs in the ecosystem. Even I didn't knew like before this that okay, there are what around 700 plus DAOs, 775 DAOs in the ecosystem. And DAOs are the best way to start your start your networking. So we'll be providing you the list of DAOs, how to join them, what are the things you can contribute in these things, what kind of grants they apply for. There are loads of DAOs. Like there are some investment DAOs who just collect investment and buy some high ticket assets. There are community DAOs. Even Chingari is a DAO, which there are governance DAOs. So depending upon your needs, just explore all of it from all of the categories. Be part of one DAO. And from these things, these DAOs, you can talk to any folks. Like this Friends with Benefit DAO is kind of, they have some for to join these DAOs, you have to have some NFT Friends with Benefit tokens inside it. So we'll be giving you how you can get these things, how you can participate it, all of the information you guys need to start your journey. And if we see like there are loads of grants also. RV community grants is offering like around what 500k plus grants. Review process is 1 week. In 1 week up to 500k you can just claim. How to claim it, how to process it, which kind of categories they work in. All of these things will be available in our platform. So like I was reading somewhere, so there was a Twitter thread that okay, it was stating that there are around like 1 billion worth of grants available in the whole ecosystem, which are not yet explored yet. Most of the times grants just grants just get expired. Nobody just utilizes it. If you want to start your journey, best thing is to get a grant, work on a project, deliver it for the protocol layer one as an ecosystem grant or something like that, and then use it as your proof of work for getting a job if you want to prefer those things. And the best reads are like if you want to go ahead. So the best reads are white papers. Even when I started, I've gone through the white paper of Bitcoin, and that's like one of the finest document I ever read. I can claim this thing that yeah, I've, I'm a quick reader. I read books and loads of things, but the vision of the whole blockchain ecosystem is described in this particular doc. So we also give you the access to all of these things at one place. You can have audios of these things and start reading, start listening in whatever way you want. We'll be having global chat supports, 24/7 dev supports. So if you have any doubts, our team will be there. You can just connect and see, ask anything. So this is a little bit about our ecosystem, Gari Academy. I'll share the link in the chat soon, so you guys can hop in and join the waitlist also. According to your needs, just pick a course, just start your journey. That's all from the academy side, I guess. It'll be coming live in like 3-4 months or something like that. Just join the waitlist or join our forums and stuff. I'll just update you with these things. So if you guys have any questions, we are open to it. Yeah. What's the scalability of academy? Yeah, basic, intermediate, and expert. Like from basic is for all of the folks. Doesn't matter you want to be into developer side of things. You can be into product. You can be into growth. You can be into marketing. There are DevRel things like there are most of the people who like talking to people, who like closing partnerships and want to involve into bigger decisions made by the company. So they go into DevRel side of things. But for DevRels, you also need to have like some years of development experience. So like just work as development, you need like there is no such thing as DevRel who doesn't code. Okay, that's a myth. Don't go for those kind of case scenarios. So yeah, basic, intermediate, and expert. These would be the scalabilities or like the categories. Srinivasan.
Yeah, thanks, Mukul. So guys, as you all know, if they, we have a session today for 1 hour, and we are eager to answer your queries. Over here, we have bunch of experts from different streams, from different backgrounds, and it's quite a panel. I'm really surprised, and I'm really glad that Mukul, you brought all these people on board for such a wonderful conversation. So guys, if you have any questions, just make sure you put it in the chat or Q&A, and we'll try to address it. Srinivasan's question we have already kind of taken a look at, and is the aim of Gari Academy to grow from scratch to masters? What are the plans? So I think Mukul has pretty much
Okay.
covered it. But Mukul, if you want to add something to that, then please.
Yeah. Okay, sure. Yeah, I didn't read the first one. So you can consider it that, okay, we'll be handholding everyone's first year journey. Like whatever things you require, like to start in the ecosystem, and in middle of it, and even for getting a job, there, like if you start as a developer, there is like a drawback in the ecosystem. I won't say the drawback, but yeah, there is an issue like you have to get a good network into it. You need to talk to folks, you need to know folks. So this is something we all will help you guys in. We'll help you guys in teaching everything, like kind of just hand holding you for your first year's journey until you are stable enough you can get your make your path. So yeah, that's the aim of Gari Academy.
Right. So thanks, Mukul. And I would now go to the entire panel and ask if there are any other comments, because I don't see a lot of questions. Because one of the reasons is maybe because we have touched upon so many aspects of blockchain development and the career paths. And I think it was really relatable for the students, because we also have participants who are, not typically from the coding background. Some of them, like in some of the events, most of the events, on ground events that we do, and the CEPs we do have always a couple of students who are from some. I was surprised. One example was a student was from architecture, and they just wanted to learn, and they were here. So I think the context where people from different backgrounds come in and pitch in into this space, and then take a value, take a value, and at the same time add value in the ecosystem, is something that fits the idea in everybody's space of thinking. Because as you know, wherever you're standing right now from in the blockchain space, the knowledge is one thing that you have to constantly grow, like mentioned by all the panelists here. And once you do that, once you test yourself, your skills, and you come up with some unique ideas, you have opened your own doors for multiple opportunities. Like we have ample of examples right in front of us over here. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Mukul, Praveen, and Vishal, any other final comments from you guys, or something more you would like to add? I know we have had a very unique discussion. I think this was one of the most interactive and thought-provoking panel until now. As far as the journey is concerned, it covered a lot of aspects, but we would love to hear your final thoughts on the same.
Yeah. Praveen, you want to add anything? Praveen or Vishal?
Yeah, you don't need to be a developer to be part of Web3. Be anything, you can contribute and make wonderful journey out of it. That's it.
And as Praveen said, you can have strong opinions, man. Praveen has a strong opinion that, okay, you don't need to be a developer. So that's fine.
Yeah.
You can have your opinions. Like it's a play, this Web3 ecosystem is a place where it allows you to decide whatever you feel right for yourself. There is nobody going to dominate you, nobody going to decide what are the things you want to build on, what are the things you can do. There is no limitation. The sky is the limit, man. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And thanks, Praveen, for adding that. And Vishal, anything from your end?
Yeah, like participate in as much hackathons as you can, except from any change or any tech stack, but participation is must. Yeah, like in that less time of span, you can learn more things than other time. Yeah.
Absolutely true. So, in this entire time where so just to give some context, if in case our panels here might have missed how we basically do it. So, like for example, we do an on-ground 8-day boot camp, and then we follow on through CEP. Some of the students from online do join the CEP, and a lot of students from across states come and join it. So we always encourage students to just constantly keep joining as many CEPs, which we call the virtual element of our education, continuous education program, to join continuously. And what we're also trying to do is we teach them, we help them build, and obviously with the help of our sponsors such as Chingari, we are able to guide you towards the last step where you can, where basically you fit in this entire ecosystem. So like Vishal said, participate in as many hackathons or programs as possible. It'll give you a lot of perspective, especially when it comes from experts such as Mukul, Praveen, and Vishal here. So thanks, Vishal, for that input. Uh, Now I'll come to Praveen, sir. Any input from your end?
No, I think it has been a pretty informative session, and I like Mukul said, I do agree that you are free to have your own thought process, and that's what is the beauty of this space. Uh, you may think that development may be the key foundation for the surviving in this industry. Some people may think that understanding the business, doing trading may be the most important thing. And so there are different perspectives. So that's the beauty of this space. One thing that Deepak I want to stress upon that to be able to complete the internship with IBC Media, you definitely need to complete those 3 stage challenges which have been given by Chingari, and which Deepak Singh has and his team they have shared with all of you. Deepak, I think please share those links again in Discord and other channels where
Yes, sir.
people should definitely maybe we would expect them to start working towards those challenges. Again, those challenges are also from Chingari. When we have given to you, then we have worked with the Chingari leadership, and even the rewards which are going to come for completing those assignments are also coming from Chingari. So basically, that's a Chingari way of looking at things and helping you go progressively to higher levels. Okay. So Deepak, I think you should do that, and please work as a team and complete those. So those things will make you, give you expertise to build in Chingari system, right? That's the only thing I would like to add. And I think before I kind of sign off my side, I think I want to thank Mukul for giving his time, Praveen and Vishal, I think for taking out your time and talking to our students. I'm 100% sure that they would have learned a lot from you guys today. Mukul, any closing comments?
No, nothing, man. It was really great talking to you guys. And I just saw like, okay, Nishant asked this thing. So yeah, in courses, majority of our course flow would be like, okay, you just start the courses. I think you might have gone through Crypto Zombies. It's like one of the best platform for ETH learning structure. So our structure would be something like when you just complete first on-chain deployment, like any code which can be verified on-chain, you'll get a NFT certificate, and then eventually once you just start on working on it, you add more tasks, you just complete extra task, you can get the power ups, and eventually once you reach a particular power, then we'll help you out in the internships, and it would be recognized from all of our partners, and it will be hands-on, will be will be there will be loads of guest lectures also. Even I would like Praveen Thakur that okay, please get some time, and whenever be on our stage also sometime. We'll
Sure.
definitely call you as a guest. So that's
Sure.
it.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Nothing else from my side. That was great talking to you guys.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Same here. We reciprocate the experience and feeling. Guys, Deepak, I think anything from your side, Deepak Singh, before you want to conclude it?
Yeah, so guys, you can definitely catch Mukul, Vishal, Praveen here. I think most of you already might be looking out for the social media profile. So make sure you connect with them if you have any questions. then you can reach out to them. I know they are highly they're highly interactive, and at the same time, from what we could experience today, very helpful. So use this opportunity. We are here, and try to connect with them. And at the same time, if there's any other doubt regarding the program, regarding the Chingari challenges that I've posted, the link of which I've posted in the chat box, you know where to reach out to us. That is on Discord, and where Chingari experts are also there. So if they are facing any problem, then we'll be helping you out on the same. For any other issue or any doubts, you know where to reach us. Once again, on our Discord server, we'll be helping out with your teams or ideas or whatever problem you might face in this program. So once again, Mukul, thank you so much. Vishal, thank you so much. And Praveen, obviously, thank you so much for joining the session today. And it was really wonderful to have you. The context setting that we have done today will go a long way in the journey of these students, because it means a lot when it comes from real experts who have come from different domains, and when they come and speak their heart out about how students, how the new entrants can grab a space in this wonderful ecosystem of blockchain. So thank you so much, and obviously Praveen sir, thank you for taking out the time. It's always a pleasure to hear insights from you. And once again, everyone, thank you for joining in. Have a great night, and we'll see you all very soon. Do wait for further announcements for the next session. Stay tuned on our Discord and on our social media channels.
Thank you,
everyone
folks.
for
Thank
joining.
you so much. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, folks.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.